Your alarm goes off, Monday, and before you even open your eyes, you already feel it, that heaviness. Like today is going to decide something about you, not just your paycheck. Here's the thing nobody tells you that feeling. It's not random. It's not a personality flaw. Someone built an entire system that needed you to feel exactly this way, and it worked. Think about the last time someone asked you what do. You didn't answer with what you love. You didn't answer with who you are to the people who know you best. You answered with your job title. Instantly, automatically. That's not a coincidence. That's the twisted mentality this video is about. And by the end, you're going to see exactly who benefits from you believing your job is your worth. Growing up, the message was everywhere. Work hard, get good grades, land a good job, climb the ladder. Nobody explicitly said your value as a human is equal to your output, but that's exactly what got taught. Report cards became performance reviews, gold stars became bonuses, and somewhere in there, the line between what you produce and who you are completely disappeared. Open LinkedIn right now. Someone's posting about their 5 a.m. routine. Someone's grateful for a 70-hour week. Someone's calling exhaustion a personality trait. This isn't inspiration, it's marketing. Hustle culture didn't happen by accident. It was built, packaged, and sold to an entire generation as the only acceptable way to prove you matter. And you bought it, so did everyone you know. So you did it, you worked the extra hours. You answered messages at 9 p.m. You skipped lunch, skipped the gym, skipped seeing your friends because that's what earning your worth looked like. And then what happened? You got tired. Actually tired. The kind of tired sleep doesn't fix. And the promotion, still not guaranteed. The raise still barely covered the grocery bill going up. Here's where it stops making sense. If hard work equals worth and worth equals reward, you should be getting ahead. But you're not. You're grinding harder than your parents did at your age for less financial security than they had at the same age. Something in that equation is broken. And here's the part that matters most, it's not you. Here's the mechanism, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. If your self-worth is tied to your job, you won't ask for a raise. That feels like admitting you're not grateful enough. You won't say no to unpaid overtime. That feels like you're not committed enough. You won't leave a toxic workplace. That feels like giving up on who you are. Guilt does what a paycheck alone never could. And companies know this. Gallup has tracked workplace engagement for decades, and the numbers are wild. Only about 1 in 3 American workers say they're actually engaged at work. The rest, showing up, doing the job, disengaged, but still not asking for more, still not leaving. Why would they when their whole sense of worth is wrapped up in staying exactly where they are? Here's the number that actually explains everything. Since 1979, worker productivity in this country has gone up roughly 64%. 64% more output per worker. Wages, adjusted for inflation over that same time, up about 15%. You are producing more than any generation before you, and you are being paid relatively less for it. That gap didn't close on its own. It was never supposed to. That gap between what you produce and what you're paid, that's not abstract. That's the difference between affording your own apartment and needing a roommate at 28. That's the difference between an emergency fund and a credit card balance you're scared to check. And the wildest part, you've probably blamed yourself for that gap. Called yourself bad with money. It was never just about money. What they told you, work hard, prove your value, and the system rewards you. What actually happens? You work hard, the company keeps the extra value you created, and you get told to be grateful you have a job at all. One of these is a story. The other one is what's actually sitting on your pay stub. Here's a number you can look up yourself. Every year, American workers leave hundreds of millions of vacation days on the table unused. Not because they don't need the rest, because taking it feels like proof they don't care enough. That's the mentality talking, not logic. Unused time off isn't loyalty. It's free labor you gave away and never even got thanked for. So who benefits from all of this? Follow it through. A company that convinces you your job is your identity gets an employee who works unpaid overtime, never negotiates, and feels guilty resigning even when the pay is bad. That's not a side effect. That's the actual business model. Your loyalty, powered by guilt, is worth more to them than any bonus they'll ever give you. And here's the twist inside the twist. The same hustle culture that convinced you to overwork, it's also being sold back to you. Productivity apps, 5 a.m. routine courses, rise and grind merchandise. Someone is profiting on both ends, once when you overwork for them, and again when you buy the content that tells you to overwork even harder. That's not motivation, that's a market. Here's the reframe that changes everything. Your job is not who you are, it's a transaction. You trade time and skill for money. That's it. That's the entire agreement. The moment you stop treating it as your identity is the exact moment you can negotiate without guilt, set a boundary without shame, and leave a bad situation without feeling like you failed as a person. I know that's easier to say than to feel. Years of conditioning don't undo in one video. But here's what actually changes when you separate the two. You start making decisions from strategy instead of guilt. And strategy, unlike guilt, actually gets you paid. So let's talk about what that looks like in real life, starting today. Action step 1. Practice introducing yourself without your job title. At a party, in your head, wherever, I'm someone who. Fill it in with something that isn't your employer. It sounds small. It's not. You're literally retraining the part of your brain that reaches for your job first when it answers the question of who you are. Action step 2. The next time you negotiate a raise, do not frame it around gratitude. Frame it around data. What did you produce? What is that worth in your market? What are people in your role earning elsewhere? That's not being difficult. That's being accurate. Companies negotiate based on numbers every single day. You're allowed to do the exact same thing for yourself. Action step 3. Set one boundary this week and don't apologize for it. Log off at your actual end time. Don't answer the message at 9 p.m. Watch what happens. Nothing collapses. The company survives. And you get proof, real lived proof, that your worth didn't disappear the second you stopped overperforming for free. Maybe you actually love your job. That's allowed. Passion and boundaries aren't opposites. The twisted part was never liking your work. It was the guilt that made you think unpaid overtime and burnout were the price of being valuable. They're not. So drop this below. What's one thing your job convinced you to give up for free? I read every single one, and you are worth more than your job title, every single time.